Welcome back to my channel everyone. So today I am going to discuss about the simplified structure of the stomata, and I will also explain how the stomata is opening and closing. So as you all know that stomata are the tiny pores that is present on the lower surface, mostly on the lower surface of the leaf. Both surface you will get, but on the lower surface it will be more, right? And each stoma is guarded by kidney shaped structure called the guard cells, which helps in opening and closing of the stomata. Guard cells are the cells which are controlling the opening and closing of the stomata. So why the stomata is important? Because first of all, it maintains the exchange of the gases in the plants. That means the oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange takes place only through stomata. And also it helps in the transpiration, that is loss of the water in the form of water vapor. Okay, so now we will understand the structure of the stomata. So what are the guard cells? Guard cells are the unique cells that contain the chloroplast, okay, unlike the epidermal cells, and they are thicker cells, okay, on the outer side of the stomata. So I am now drawing a open stomata. This is one of the guard cells that I am drawing. Okay, so what happens during the opening of the stomata? When the guard cell take the water which is coming from the root, it becomes turgid. Okay, the thinner outer wall bulges out more, and the thicker wall inside there is thicker wall that I have already drawn. Okay, and the outer wall is somehow thin. So that thin wall will bulge out more than this thicker wall inside. As a result, what happens? The stomatal pore opens. Okay, and whenever the stomatal guard cells loses the water, it becomes flaccid again. So have you seen the raisins? Whenever it absorbs the water, it becomes turgid. Okay, and whenever it loses the water, it becomes flaccid. Same goes with the guard cells also. Whenever it is having the water that is coming from the root and it is absorbing that water, it becomes turgid, and the outer thinner wall moves apart and the stomatal pore opens. Okay, and what happens during the closing of the stomata? The guard cell loses the water, then it becomes flaccid, and then the pore closes. So this is what is happening during the opening and closing of the stomata. So now we will discuss what are the factors that affect the stomatal movement or stomatal opening and closing. First of all, light. Okay, light promotes the opening of the stomata. That is why during the daytime in most of the plants, stomata remain open, right? Except the desert plant, the stomata will remain open during the daytime, and during the night it will be closed. Next is CO2 concentration. If there is low CO2 concentration in plant, that means you know that plant require the CO2 in order to perform photosynthesis. So whenever the CO2 concentration will be low, the stomata will open, and during the high CO2 concentration it will be closed. Okay, based on the water availability, that is what I told, that during the daytime in the desert plants the stomata is remain closed. Why? Because at that position, in case of the desert plants, the stomata need not to open, because there will be higher amount of transpiration then, and the water will be lost from that plant only. So that is why in desert plant the stomata will remain closed during the daytime, because of the water availability, right? Next is temperature. During the high temperature, transpiration rate increases, so that is why, okay, it will also make the stomata open. During the high transpiration, the stomata will remain open. Okay, so this is how we can understand that in what conditions stomata will remain open and when the stomata will be closed. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more biology explanation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Thank you everyone.